Brilliant run by Hazard! Oh, that is absolutely phenomenal! Wow! Best player in the Premier League.
But today we're gonna talk about Champions League. So who do you think predictions Champions League? So we have first semi-final, Tottenham Ajax. Let's start with that one.
What a surprise for most of us, right? I mean, let's begin with Ajax itself. We always knew that Ajax were like the powerhouse youth academy team.
Yeah, very
Over the course of history, they've raised some amazing young players that have ended up in top clubs, particularly with Barcelona, in which we already know Frankie de Jong is already on his way this summer, right?
And Matthew De Ligt too.
De Ligt is looking to be going to Barca too, and what a good combination! It's going to be another Dutch connection going on there.
Yeah.
And then we have amazing other dynamic players like David Neres, Tagliafico, and Tadic leading the line with his expertise. EPL
after
proven.
being let go from Southampton, saying
What a big
that
mistake that
he
was.
wasn't talented enough, he wasn't doing enough stuff for the team. He goes to Ajax, and look what he went there for. I think they said around 10 million pounds. So that's great.
very much worth the money.
Oh,
I mean, Tadic is still producing. Daily Blind as well. The list goes on. It's not a surprise that they're doing so well. It's pretty much a good mix of veteran expertise guiding these youth prodigies.
Yeah, the Huntelaar is still there, so it's a good veteran presence there to have there.
They're leading the guys right. Whatever they're saying to the kids in the locker room, like we already know De Ligt's going to be one of the best center backs one day.
Yeah,
we already projected that. De Jong, obviously Barcelona are needed for a CM box to box. He can very much
great Netherlands players that are going to.
It's a bright future
for them now.
which is good because like the last 10 years hasn't been so good. I mean, right after the World Cup in 2010.
Yeah, even Ibra said like he played as Ajax too back when he was young, but he said that any very talented young player should go to Ajax because it's a great club to develop your skills and your talent. Like they really have a good philosophy there, obviously with the Johan Cruyff philosophy.
Yeah.
Total football, right? And you can see when they play, they don't have a huge budget like you may see in these teams like that they face Juventus, Real Madrid. These guys are spending loads and loads of money to get top players. These guys are all young talents that they just developed over time, and they're producing at a high level now in a big competition like Champions League.
Absolutely. Sorry, I said 2010 World Cup. I meant to say 2014. Last time they played so well in a top international competition, third place. And since then, they failed to qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And then Euro 2016. So it's like now Netherlands needs to be looked out for because like they will be lethal in the coming years.
Ajax is very
uprising players. Yeah,
they've helped a lot.
So no surprise. I mean, they haven't won Champions League since the 90s, but I'm not going to leave it out of the question. This competition, we've seen crazy things happen, but I don't favor them personally. I don't think Watson does either. But we'll get to that later on.
But equally as, I would say, as surprising as Tottenham to be in the semifinals.
That's the other thing.
You know? Like
that's what I was going to say. We thought, and I think most people
Man
did,
City.
Man City.
Yeah.
Like they were on track to win the quadruple.
Yeah.
And now they can't because they're knocked out.
And what an amazing game that game was one of the best games I've seen in the last couple of years. Like
first 10 minutes,
4 goals.
It's like insane, back and forth.
Yeah.
Like you normally in such a crazy important semifinal, it wouldn't be so loose already.
You think like they're both afraid to like
back and forth.
But this was just all out goal fest, and it was pretty much who scores the most goals will win the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, we saw the crazy VAR thing at the end where Sterling scores 94th minute. And Aguero's heel was offside, so
and
they
then
brought it back.
Lorenze's goal was also rumored to be a handball before it hit his hip.
Yeah, it was technically a handball in the sense that it hit his hand.
Yeah.
But because his arm was beside his, like, it was like legit like this.
Unintentional
and
position.
It hit him.
Yeah, unintentional.
So it was a goal. But next year, because of the new rule change where no matter where your arm is, if it hits your arm and goes in, we'll go no goal.
Yeah.
That would have changed it all. But this year, according to the law, it was in a natural position.
Yeah.
And he didn't move his arm to direct it into the net. Just boom, off his arm in the net.
And that's what it is, right? The ref always has to use his discretion. If it's a natural position, like,
Yeah.
for me, the goal stands. I think it's the right call to make.
Yeah.
But obviously, Man City fans are going to have their best.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't blame them. But listen, the quadruple, that's something really hard to do.
Yeah.
they're favorable for the FA Cup final. They're technically even favorable now for Premier League, despite that I think Liverpool will come back. But anyways,
back to
Champions League. I do fancy Tottenham to go through. I think they just need to focus on this and obviously hitting top 4 for Champions League next year. But if they're already in Champions League and they're in the semi-final, a team that hasn't had many trophies in the cabinet.
This is the furthest they've been in the Champions League.
Yeah, so this is the time to capitalize. Put all the eggs in the basket. Son is having a great run of form right now. And, people thought they would be relying on Kane. I think Son is arguably one of the best agents of
yeah, because when Harry Kane went out, they said, oh, they're really going to miss a player this much. They're going to miss him a lot. He's a big player. I said they play better without Harry Kane in the lineup. They play a more
point to prove.
Not just point to prove, but they more balanced lineup. It's more balanced because Harry Kane is not really a guy who's everywhere around the field, and they almost focus so much about, okay, let's get it to Harry Kane. Every time they get the tap, Harry Kane. Son gives him such a bigger dynamic to play because he will make runs in behind. He'll peel off. He'll peel off the defender. He will pressure quick. Mm-hmm. He's very quick and smart player.
He's more of a runner than Kane. Yeah, Kane's just more clinical in the box.
But Son is almost as obviously because Kane's done it for a couple of seasons and Son hasn't really. He just came on the scene right now. But I think Son is almost equally as clinical as Harry Kane because Son's finishing is really, really good. Both feet. And that's the thing. He's a two-footed player.
This season, I agree. He's proven to be just as good at finishing. Although I do think that his best position is left wing, Son. Mm-hmm. Only because of the running, on the crossing, and the dribbling that he does on the flank. It's phenomenal. He, like I said, best Asian player of all time for me. In this day and age. You can name out names like Nakata, Ali Dai, but those guys, if you put them in this fast-paced game, Son just kind of cleans them all out.
So who do you think Tottenham's going to go through to the finals?
I think they will go through the finals, but I think their run ends there. Because, and I'm sure a lot of people are saying this. Yeah.
I think also Tottenham's going to make it to the finals.
But they won't win it.
We'll do the predictions for the final after. But yeah, I think Tottenham will get to the final. Let's move on to the second semifinal. Yeah. Liverpool-Barca. That's the big...
So a lot of people are saying whoever wins that bout wins the Champions League.
A lot of people,
it's huge. It can go any way. Both teams are giants. They've proven themselves at this level, European competition stage. 5-time winning champions Liverpool, Barcelona. Let's not even begin how their success, one of the best of all time.
It's a hard one. It's a very hard one to predict and to see who's gonna win and go to the final because both of them have loads of talent. Both of them are having pretty good amazing seasons.
The only thing I could be concerned about the both of them is it breaks down to the midfield. Barcelona and Liverpool kind of have a midfield depth issue.
Yeah.
And obviously they're fishing for midfielders already on both sides. And I think that the number one thing, obviously we know their attack on both ends are impeccable, right? But it will break down to the midfield battles
and defense.
And defense, obviously.
Which I think Liverpool
has the edge.
But I also think even in attack, they do have the edge. Even though, because Messi carries a lot of that attacking in the attack, right? I think Suarez hasn't had the season that in past years. He's been having an off season this year, and
domestically he's been doing well.
Oh yeah, he's been okay. But the thing is, apart from Suarez, Messi. Who are you going to look to really have an extra edge? There's Coutinho, but he's in and out of the team also because the manager doesn't always want him into the team, doesn't always fit. So the thing is, who's really going to take that game and say, I want to win this game? And that could be Messi because we've seen him do it so many times.
He's had a phenomenal season so far and people don't notice that because
I know.
The expectations there for Messi.
But the thing is, the Salah and the Firmino and the Mane. And the thing is, even if Liverpool midfield starts getting going with the Naby Keitas and the Fabinhos, and then you have the Van Dijks and Matip's playing a lot better
as a pairing,
Yeah, and then you have
Robertson,
Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson bombing the flags. I just think Liverpool as a complete team is better than Barcelona.
Yeah.
But you just always have to factor in that Messi is there and that he can do something incredible and just take over a game and win the game for Barcelona. But personally for me, I think Liverpool's going to make it to the final.
I do too, and it's going to be one of the hardest semifinals for Liverpool
for sure.
We will see in years. My concern as a Liverpool fan is the the depth and injuries, anything can happen, right? From now until the semi.
Oh yeah.
And it's as simple as one of our midfielders getting injured. That could be a very big deciding factor. Or let alone, let's think about our forwards. If we lose Mane, who's going to go on the left flank? It's as simple as that. Shaqiri has played on both sides, but he's
I think, yes, yeah, I think all three are very crucial.
Yeah.
But I think the one who's the most influential on that front three has to be Firmino because he links both of them together.
He makes sure that Salah and Mane have the space.
He links all of them. He does all the hard work in there.
Off the ball, and no one recognizes it.
Everyone recognizes that.
The way he plays allows Salah and Mane to score more goals.
So that's what I'm saying.
But people don't realize that. And he scores a decent number 2.
Yeah,
he's got a dozen goals.
But I'm saying if you were to bring a Sturridge in that position, he can't play that. He can't do that kind of stuff.
No.
You don't have another player to replace him.
Yeah.
Mane, Salah, yes, they're very amazing players.
Yeah.
But you could put someone in that would, I'm not saying replace him, but still do a decent job.
Yeah, but they won't be as dynamic, and you can't look the depth behind those three would be Shaqiri, Sturridge, Origi. They're not going to be as dynamic as those three. So we need them to be well conditioned and not injured, and that's contingent, right? So even though right now as it stands, I'm going to say Liverpool. I think you're saying Liverpool too. Injuries can change the picture completely. So we'll leave it at that. But on the Barcelona side,
they don't really have to worry about injuries or fatigue because they pretty much won La Liga and they can rest players in advance before
and they have been
legs. And they can really do that. Liverpool can't really do that because they're still fighting for it.
And they can't lose a game.
So that's kind of also you have to put into consideration. But as we predicted, Liverpool Tottenham final. I know this is gonna hurt you.
What?
But I think Tottenham's gonna win the Champions League.
You're joking.
Yeah, I have always been someone very critical of Tottenham. I say, they're never going to win a trophy. The trophy cabinet, the only thing they have is Harry Kane's golden boot and the rest is just dust. But I think this year, I don't know, for some reason, especially because Harry Kane's not in the team anymore, in the lineup because he's injured, I think they're going to go on and win the Champions League.
You know what would be interesting about that final? Pochettino and Klopp, 2 managers fighting to prove a point, even though they haven't won a final somewhere in European competition. Yeah. Now they're going to defy all the pundits and be like, well, look what we're doing now.
Yeah, exactly.
And they always get to almost the final stages. And I did say, in all fairness, the last Tottenham video we did, I said Pochettino's going to be getting silverware quite soon. And
you said this year he's going to get a trophy.
I did say this year, yeah.
Could be the Champions League?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the only thing you can win.
Maybe. I can't rule it out.
That's the only thing you can win.
Well, when I say this year, I didn't mean just this season. I mean the
this calendar year.
Yeah, this calendar year, in which, look, they're looking really good. They, that whole roster from the very front to the very back, it is scary when you think about, where they don't need to focus on anything else besides literally winning and maybe making top 4, which, to be honest, I think Tottenham will just get 4th place. It would be a very good bout. It'd be between both managers that are trying to defy the pundits. I would prefer that as a final. I wouldn't want Ajax. I would want Tottenham because they would make a really great final.
We'd have to recall it the FA Cup final.
That's what you said before.
Yeah, but that's our prediction. Champions League.
Yeah,
all the way to the final. Will Tottenham win? Will Liverpool win? Are we going to be completely wrong and it's going to be Barca Ajax final?
Could happen.
We can only wait and see what happens.
And if you want to leave a comment, your prediction, leave it below.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe.
If you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Just click the button and click the bell icon. And don't forget to take aim.